how important is nutritional quality when it comes to our food? And is organic food really worth the investment?
Wow, what a loaded question that is, and how powerful as well. So keep in mind that, we've got kids that are entering emergency rooms on a daily basis all over the world, having such a severe reaction to something that they've eaten that it's literally life-threatening. And there's a very interesting TED talk about that. A woman named Robin O'Brien had to rush her child to the emergency room, and thank God they saved this baby. And they said, well, your child's having a severe reaction. And they said, how could that be? They said, well, what'd you feed him for breakfast? She said, let go of my Eggo waffles, some yogurt, some milk, and some juice. And they said, oh my gosh, you just gave them some of the most common allergens, gluten and dairy and citrus. What were you thinking? And she asked the question, wait a minute, this is food. How can someone be allergic to food? And the doctors didn't have the answer. So she dug into it. And what she came to realize is that we are exposed to foreign proteins, things that humanity has never, ever seen or been exposed to because of this concept of genetic modification. And it turns out, why do they modify it? Well, sometimes it's to grow in harsher conditions. We'd be okay with that. If you could grow, something that thrives only in a tropical environment, in a colder environment, that might be relatively okay. But most of the genetic modification is so they can handle more toxins, more herbicides, insecticides, fungicides, glyphosate, also known as Roundup. And as the world has had the increased release of this, we've gotten sicker, and sicker. We've depleted the soil. We've intoxicated the soil. And I'll tell you what, you can't give what you don't have. So the soil doesn't have it anymore to give it to the plants. Then the plants don't give it to the animals, and the plants and animals don't give it to us. And you only need to go to the Global Nutrition Report to realize that malnutrition is the number one cause of death on the planet. It has been for decades, but now they call it overconsumption, undernutrition. When we eat food that doesn't have the nutrients in it that we need, we don't have the satiety. We're always hungry. We keep eating. And what happens if we keep eating? We get fat. Now they have a term called globesity because the entire world is affected by it. So quality is absolutely critical. But just to take it another step further, a journal called Advances in Therapy went into the tissue. They got into tissue of people, extracted levels, measured the quantity of nutrients they had in their tissue. And they say, okay, this group, we're going to put you on an all organic, macronutrient, fresh, clean, amazing diet, the best that we can get, that with good information. And the other group's going to get diet and supplementation. They did this for a period of time, and it wasn't a short period of time. It wasn't a week or 10 days. It was, maybe 60, 90 days. Then they went back in and they reanalyzed the tissue after that period of time. They realized that those that ate the organic food did not improve their nutrient status at all. Those that took the supplementation did. So the conclusion from the article was this: food is too weak to replete depleted cells and bodies. Therefore, supplementation is advisable for everyone. That's powerful. So, by the way, when my patients make that investment, how do you tune up world-class athletes to win additional world champions? How do you make them better? You do what they're not doing. You move them in a direction that nudges them to better that they often didn't even have a clue of. So how wonderful that it's available to all of us. We just need the right wisdom and right quality to apply it.